Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, baby. All right. And I'm here to give you some more chick flick destruction because that's what I do here. All right. I'm going to take your fucking favorite chick flicks and I'm going to rip them apart. Now, the good news is that if the movie is good, I'm going to tell you it's fucking good. I'm not going to lie to you. I got nothing to game of lying to you here. All right. But a lot of these fucking rom-coms or these romance movies, they're just full of shit. Now, technically, every movie's full of shit, even the ones based on a true story. I understand that, all right? But a lot of what's wrong with these movies is this message that they're sending is just a bullshit message. Now, your average person, okay, like when I was growing up, okay, or maybe before my generation either, you learn about life through life. Okay, you learn about life from doing things. Okay, you go out, you go to school, you get a job. That's how you learn about how to do things. Okay, you watch how other people do it and you learn from them, then you do it yourself and you expand upon that and you do your own thing. That's pretty much how life went until like probably the last 100 years or so. Okay, because now what we have here, okay, with movies, okay, with all this fucking social media and everything that we have now, is we have a proxy of life. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to go through the challenges that the characters in the movie have to go through in real life, but you can experience them vicariously through the characters in the movie. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, like, you don't have to be married and have your husband cheat on you for you to understand the pain of that, okay? If you're invested in a movie and that happens to the character in the movie, then you feel the emotions that she's feeling in the movie, okay? And you can kind of experience it yourself through the movie, okay? The best movies are the ones that can hypnotize you for 2 hours so that you're totally immersed into the story, okay? Into the allegory, so that it's kind of like you're partially experiencing it yourself. Those are the best movies where you get to suspend belief, okay, and start reacting the way the main characters would react in the movie, okay? Those are the best stories, and that goes for novels or for songs even, or whatever, any type of media, okay, that's there to entertain you. The best ones are the ones where you can experience all that without actually having to go through it yourself. Okay, those are the best movies out there, especially when they're well written, well acted. You know, the music is good, the cinematography, the directing. There's a lot of things involved in making a really good movie. Okay, unfortunately, most movies that come out are kind of crap. Okay, but there are different genres out there. Okay, and you know, like, some people like to say that horror is a fucking stupid genre. No, it's not. There is no stupid genre. Okay, there's some incredible horror movies, okay, that are better than a lot of the fucking dramas that are out there, okay? Just like there's some great fucking chick flicks that are better than a lot of the fucking action movies that are out there. Okay, I grew up in the fucking 80s, all right? I know all about the fucking, you know how many fucking Chuck Norris movies I fucking sat through, okay? How many fucking cheesy Van Damme movies and shit? Of course those movies were terrible. They weren't supposed to be good, okay? I didn't watch those movies so I could learn something about life. So, like, you know, I just watched it, you know, to fucking see what's it like to be a guy that can just walk into a bar and beat the shit out of everybody in there, you know? That's why we watched it, okay? We don't watch it to fucking get a meaning of life or you know, ponder the philosophies of the universe or none of that shit. Okay, they weren't trying to push some fucking message. They weren't trying to fucking, you know, tell you who you're supposed to vote for or nothing, all right? They were just there to fucking for fun. Brainless fucking fun, okay? You just gotta look at it for what it is, all right? And these chick flicks are there basically, like, it's chick flick, all right? It's there for females to watch. Okay, it's a genre that women like to spend money on. Okay, because technically men spend a lot more money on movies than women do. Okay, so, but when women want to have a girls' night out and they want to go see a movie, they're going to watch a chick flick. Okay, something that they're attracted to, something that they want to see. Okay, a story they want to be told. Okay, and it's not sexist to say that. Okay, it's just the way movies are made. Now, obviously, there's nobody at the fucking movie theater, okay, who's going to fucking, like, if it's a chick flick, they're not going to stop a guy from going in there to watch it. Of course not. No, they're not going to refuse to sell you a ticket if you're a dude. Of course not. That doesn't change the fact that it's going to be mostly women that are going to buy the fucking tickets to see that movie. It's mostly women that are going to watch that shit on Netflix or whatever streaming channel they got, okay? Because what the movie's about, that genre, is specifically for women, okay? It's for women, okay? Now, me, I grew up watching guy movies because that's what I like. I like those fucking cheesy fucking Chuck Norris fucking, movies. I love the fucking Transformers, okay? I love the superhero genre. I grew up watching, I love that shit, okay? But that shit was made for me, okay? I didn't go in there to fucking learn how to fucking have a girlfriend, okay, by watching the fucking Transformers, okay? I wasn't in there for that. Okay, you see what I mean? I wasn't trying to learn that, all right? And the reason it's so important, the reason I make these videos is because, let's face it, okay, that generation's gone. Okay, I'm one of those fucking generations like you. If you're my age, then you're in that generation too. Okay, you probably were fucking raised by the fucking TV like I was. Okay, we grew up in the generation where divorce rates fucking skyrocketed thanks to fucking a no-fault divorce. Okay, so a lot of us out there, we weren't raised by our biological parents. Okay, we were raised by a stepdad or a stepmom or some fucking shit, and they brought their own fucking kids into the fucking family. Okay, or we were raised by a single mom or some shit, where fucking different uncles kept showing up every fucking few months or some shit like that. Okay, so where do we get our role models from? Where do we get our fucking, how are you gonna learn to be a man when you only see your fucking dad once every fucking 2 weeks on the weekends or some shit like that? Who's gonna be your role model? Okay, who's gonna teach you? If you're a boy, who's gonna teach you how to fucking be a man? Okay, if there's no role models around, okay, you're gonna fucking go towards entertainment. Okay, and I think that's a big reason that so many fucking action movies were so popular in the 80s when I was a kid. The fucking Schwarzeneggers, the Van Dammes, the fucking Stallones, okay, Bruce Willis. The reason those were so popular back then is because he was a real life, role model for young boys. That's why G.I. Joe was such a popular cartoon when I was a kid. That's why Transformers was so popular. Okay, because these were very masculine things. They were celebrating masculinity. Okay, if you didn't have a masculine role model, you could watch TV and watch a movie and they'll show you what masculinity is. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Nobody was protesting fucking Predator. There wasn't a feminist protesting Predator for toxic masculinity or shit. No, we wanted to see Arnold Schwarzenegger kick some fucking alien's ass. Okay? We get people fucking blown up and shit. That's what we wanted. Okay? Obviously, we don't want that in real life, but we want to experience it, okay? Because that's the things that men get off on. Okay, boys get off on that shit, all right? Today, it's not so much like that anymore. You're not allowed to have a movie like that. If you have a movie like Predator today, it's going to be some lesbian black boss bitch who's going to beat the shit out, going to cut the dick off every fucking man in the movie, okay? And then she's going to fucking defeat the Predator and then fucking fuck the Predator's mom, too. Okay, that's how the movie's going to end. All right, but that's if it was made in 2024. Okay, but back then it wasn't like that. All right, and the reason I'm bringing all this up is because these are the influences that me and millions of boys like me had growing up. We got our influences from TV, from entertainment, from mainstream media. Okay, and I would hazard to say that it is the same. It is the same for you girls out there. Okay, a lot of you girls that were raised by not necessarily your parents, or maybe your parents were working all the time. Okay, you watched TV, you watched movies. Okay, you hung out with your friends, you did things to take that place because you weren't getting the supervision, because you couldn't maybe get the supervision from your actual parents. Maybe your mom was working 2 jobs. Okay, or maybe your mom was there, but her husband wasn't your dad, and he didn't care about you the way your real dad did. Okay, or maybe it's the other way around. Whatever. Okay, a lot of us were raised by fucking TV. Our generation was the first one to be raised by that. Okay, the generation today, they're being raised by fucking YouTube and by fucking TikTok and shit like that. Okay, but our generation, we were raised by fucking HBO and fucking Skinemax and shit like that. All right, so these things are very influential to kids because we were very impressionable when we were kids. Okay, if we don't have a role model around us to teach us how to be a man or to teach us how to be a woman, we're gonna fucking find one. We're gonna find. We even have to go to fucking to cable TV to get it. We're gonna fucking find one. All right. Okay. And that's how you create these genres. Girls, they have this idea. They try to form this idea at a young age. What kind of woman do I want to be like? Do I want to be like my mom? Do I want to be like someone else? Do I want to be like that actress over there? Do I want to grow up and be like her? Do I want to have a job like that? Do I want to do this? Okay. And so they look for this stuff in television, in entertainment, and when they find it, they stick with that. Okay. Because that represents what they want to be someday. Okay, like me, my idol growing up was Sylvester Stallone. But I know for a lot of you girls out there, you wanted to be fucking Julia Roberts and shit, or you wanted to be fucking Meg Ryan. okay? Or you wanted to be like whoever the fuck it was, okay? Maybe Sigourney Weaver or some shit. Who the fuck knows? Dolly Parton, maybe, okay? Whatever. Y'all had your own fucking role models, all right? And this movie we're going to talk about today, Mean Girls, plays into that. Piega, let's face it, this movie was marketed towards teenage girls. Okay, it's a high school fucking dramedy, okay, comedy fucking for girls, specifically for white girls, all right? Which back then was, in 2004, when this movie came out, that wasn't a bad thing. It's a bad thing today. You can't have that anymore. But back then, it wasn't a bad thing. So this movie here is giving you an idea, okay, of what high school is. And for the grown-ups out there, the women, the moms that took their daughters to go see this, it's bringing back memories of high school for them. Okay, what was it like when I was in high school? Yeah, we had cliques too. We had the popular kids and we had the nerdy kids, we had the really pretty girls and we had the really ugly girls that sat over there and, all that kind of fucking shit, all right? This movie plays into that, okay? But just because the movie plays into that specific niche genre, the high school teenage girl, doesn't mean that it's being portrayed accurately or even close to being realistic. Just because it looks like a high school and just because those kids are dressed like high school kids and they're age appropriate doesn't mean that this is what high school was fucking like. Okay, now obviously it's a movie, so it's not going to be authentic, okay? But it can be a lot more authentic, okay? You can still have a script where the teenagers act like fucking teenagers, okay? Whereas in this movie, not so much. They act like they're fucking little kids. They act like they're in fucking 5th grade, 4th grade. They don't act like they're fucking 16, 17 years old. You see what I mean? My biggest problem with this movie, and I'll get into detail as the video goes along, my biggest problem with the movie is that the movie doesn't represent what it's like to be in high school, really. It gives you a parody of it, but it's not what it was like. I remember high school very well. Okay, and yes, we did have the cliques. We did have the popular kids that sat over there, the nerdy kids that sat over there. We all had that. Okay, but just because you're popular doesn't mean you're a fucking idiot. As a matter of fact, I would go so far as to say that a lot of the popular kids in my school were not fucking idiots. They were actually very smart. Okay, and they could see through manipulation right away. Okay, the reason they got to where they are is partly because they know how to manipulate. Okay, so there's no fucking way in hell that someone who knows how to do that, how to play 4D chess, is not going to be able to see it when it's happening to them. Okay? Not believable at all, okay? You don't fucking make it to the top of the social hierarchy by being gullible and stupid, okay? And this movie portrays that. That's the reason I didn't like this movie, okay? I've only seen this movie once, and I watched it in 2006, I believe it was, because my girlfriend at the time, she wanted me to see it. It brought back memories to her of high school, and so, me being the good boyfriend, okay, let's watch it. She also wanted me to watch fucking Labyrinth, and I fucking fell asleep during that movie. But I didn't fall asleep during this one, okay? Yeah, I don't get started on Labyrinth, man. Talk about fucking boring, man. Labyrinth, what the fuck was that fucking snooze fest, man? You want to go to bed? Don't get fucking sleeping pills. Watch fucking Labyrinth. Oh my God. But anyway, so Mean Girls, because she was telling me the parables of, how like when she went to school, she was Latina, I'm Latino, and there was this Italian girl that just fucking was the biggest fucking bitch to her in high school and bullied her and her girlfriends and treated her like shit, So I got a lot of that. I heard a lot of those stories while I'm watching this movie. But the biggest thing I took away from Mean Girls when I watched it that one and only time was that it wasn't realistic. It wasn't realistic, okay? I think the villains, if you're going to have this clique of girls be the villains, or the antagonists, okay, that's probably a better word. I don't think the girls are really evil, okay? If you're going to have them as the antagonists, okay, then they need to be worthy of being antagonists, okay? They can't be pushovers, okay? Nobody wants to see a movie where the protagonist, just fucking runs over the antagonist without a fucking sweat, okay? Because there's no struggle there, there's no conflict, there's no drama there, okay? Because it's easy, okay? And unfortunately for me, the character of Katie, okay, what the fuck's her name? Lindsay Lohan's character in this movie, it's very easy for her to manipulate these girls that are supposed to be socially above her, okay? And they're so fucking stupid. Like, oh my God, any fucking idiot could have taken them out a long way before Katie ever showed up, Okay, they're not putting up any fight. They're too stupid to realize what's happening to them. They're too stupid to realize what they're doing to each other. You know, it's like the only girl out of these 4 girls, the only girl with a fucking brain is Katie. And you could tell me that maybe one of them is a total idiot. Like fucking, I guess, like Amanda Seyfried's character, Karen, is a total fucking idiot. Okay, but I knew girls like this when I went to high school, okay? And there was one I can think of right now that was kind of a fucking airhead. Because I know that because I had a class with her. She was a very popular girl. She was a cheerleader. She hung out with the popular hot girls, okay, and stuff. Like, they only dated the popular boys, okay? But I had like an English class with her, and she's a fucking dumb fuck. I remember that, all right? But she wasn't a fucking retard like Karen is here, okay? Now, I understand a lot of that is done just to make it a more entertaining movie. Okay, but a girl that really was that stupid or close to being that stupid wouldn't be in the popular clique like that. She would be the butt of all the jokes. They would be the head of the group. Okay, the head of the social circle would have been fucking. That would have been her fucking like her fucking what do you call it? The fucking doormat. Okay, she would have been the one that's always being made fun of, always being teased. Okay, even guys, we have that. When we're like in a clique of our own, there's always that one guy that's in our group that everybody just fucking makes fun of all the time. Okay, because you got to have a guy like that in the group, all right? Okay, it would be like that, and I don't see that here. So that right there is inauthentic to me, okay? Someone that's fucking stupid wouldn't be in this group. Okay, I'm not saying someone like that stupid wouldn't go to high school there. Of course they would, but they wouldn't be up there in the upper echelons of the fucking, of the popularity. And that's the biggest problem I had with the fucking movie. Is it didn't ring true to me. Okay, here's this character, Regina, who, you know, Rachel McAdams' character, who's supposed to be the most popular girl at school, you know, the prettiest girl at school, you know, she's the leader of the plastics, I guess that's what they're called. Okay, and for a woman, for a girl like that to achieve that level, I mean, her family's rich or whatever, and her mom acts like a fucking teenager, you know, she's always gossiping, you know, she's always like talking about how great she is, and, you know, and the double speak that you women love to fucking do. You say one thing, but you mean something else, okay? Oh my God. Okay, us guys, we mostly don't do that. Some guys do that, but most of us don't do that, all right? We're more like fucking head on if we don't like each other, all right? All that kind of thing. Any woman, any girl that reached that level of social status in high school, okay, is not easily going to be dethroned, okay? She's going to respect her position, okay? And she's going to, I'm not saying that makes her a good person. No, not at all. Far from it. But she's going to understand her position on the social hierarchy, and she's going to fucking fight to protect it, okay? She's going to be dealing with threats, okay? If anyone tries to pull her off her fucking hill, okay, she's going to be ready for it. She's going to plan for it. Okay, in this movie, this stupid fucking bitch who's supposed to be the leader of the other bitches just fucking opens the door for this new girl to come in here and manipulate her, and all these fucking things, okay? Make her become fat, you know, steal her boyfriend, turn her friends against her, all this fucking shit, okay? Like, how do you become the leader of a clique like that and not see that coming? Okay, she fucking opened the door for this girl, this new girl, to come in there and fuck her world up. Now, I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it. Of course she does. She's a bitch. But it's so easy for this outsider to come right in there and just take over. For example, I never even noticed, like, fucking Regina, like if I was a girl, okay, and here's this new girl this Lindsay Lohan girl, this Katie girl just shows up, okay, and I can see how pretty she is. Okay, so she's pretty enough to be part of my group. But now she's fucking, now I'm competing for my ex-boyfriend with her? Whoa, that's a line. And oh my God, this girl's fucking hot, no less. I allowed a hot girl to come into my social circle, to infiltrate my social circle, okay? I treat her like shit, and I'm just going to assume that she's going to be nice to me, okay? And, you know, and she's fucking hot. So she's rivaling me, my hotness. Okay, like what the fuck? And she can't see this as a threat? No, that's just stupid. I know Tina Fey wrote this movie, but I think a lot of this movie wasn't so much to get high school correct. It was just so that she could highlight the social dynamics of high school and not necessarily a believable scenario. Okay? Yes, there are popular girls. Yes, they do treat the new girls, okay, and the ugly girls, you know, or the brainy girls like shit. Yes, I've seen that happen, okay? The guys do that too, all right? But when you're up there, it's not very easy to be dethroned, Okay, now you can watch a movie where that happens, okay, where the popular guy becomes the fucking, finally gets it at the end, like Back to the Future or like fucking, or Revenge of the Nerds. There's a perfect one right there. Okay, not only does the nerd guy manage to fucking defeat the bully, he gets to fuck the bully's girlfriend too by the end of it, okay? So like, talk about revenge, all right? But this movie is more like, okay, these girls who are supposed to be so respected and so feared by the other fraternity, by the other classmates, are so easily dethroned. Like, it's not difficult for for Katie just to come in there and fucking pull them off their spot. Like, it wasn't difficult at all. Okay, so she had love, she kissed the guy that I like, big fucking deal. Okay, she immediately turns that around to be like, okay, I'm gonna get her back. Okay, and they're just like, come right in and get me back. Here, I'll give you the fucking knife so you can stab me in the back. That's basically how it went down. That's just not fucking believable at all. At all. Fuck that noise. Okay, that's why I did not buy this movie. Okay, that's why, that's the problem I had. Nothing with the genre. Okay, but if this is kind of shit they want to influence teenage girls with, okay, give that shit a try and see what happens. See what happens when you're a new girl at school, okay, and you try to fucking fit in and the popular girls make fun of you. See if it fucking works like this. It won't. It won't, okay? That's the thing that sucks. You gotta realize the popular girls, for the most part, have known each other since fucking grade school. Or at least junior high, okay? So they've already established that friendship. They see each other outside of school, okay? And they have been for a long time. So for a new person to come in there and infiltrate that, it's not gonna happen this easy, okay? If at all, okay? It's probably not gonna happen at all. I've never really seen that happen, but yeah, it's not gonna happen, okay? So this is a fucking jerk fest for Tina Fey. I know she wrote this based on her own experiences, growing up in high school in Pennsylvania, and all that, but, Tina Fey grew up rich. So of course she lived in a rich neighborhood and fucking went to school with rich kids. She's already got stuff going for her there, So it's like, it's hard to feel sorry for that, it really is, okay? But anyway, so that's my quick review of the movie, but I'm actually going to break the movie down because that's what I do here, okay? I'm going to give you straight up just the truth. I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view, okay? I'm going to go through every fucking scene in this goddamn movie, and I'm going to tell you what your boyfriend ain't going to tell you, what your husband ain't going to tell you, and what your dad ain't going to tell you. You know why? Because I got nothing to gain by lying to you, okay? I know a lot of you women love this movie, okay? But I have never, the reason I started this channel, honestly, I started this channel to review Sex and the City episodes for the same fucking reason. It's bullshit. It's not believable, okay? Just because the women act like women doesn't mean the men act like men. They don't. That's the biggest problem I had with Sex and the City. I wanted to get I wanted my head to explode watching all the trials and tribulations that women have to go through dating guys, like me. And all I found out was there was no fucking men on the show. It was all fucking bitches. Like, even the men that were playing men weren't real men. They weren't acting like men. And it's like, what the fuck is this shit? This is not real. This is fucking lollipop land. Okay? Maybe they got the women right. I don't know. I'm not a woman, but they definitely did not get the men right. And that's the same shit I'm calling out here. Okay, they didn't get it right. They didn't get it right at all. Okay, and I'm telling you, I as a man who's been a heterosexual guy who's been to fucking high school and knows all about the popular kids and the unpopular kids, okay, they did not get this right. Okay, you know what got it right? Breakfast Club got it right. Okay, they got it right. Okay, did not get it right. Okay, but we're gonna go into detail. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rip apart your fucking movie. Okay, and I'm just getting started. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to start my review of fucking Mean Girls. Not the fucking. I know they fucking came up with a new one this year. They made a fucking musical play of this fucking movie like for Broadway in 2018, and they turned the musical version into a reboot of this movie. And I think it came out last year. I don't know because I don't give a shit. And I'm not going to review that. I'm not going to review the 2024 Mean Girls. Okay, I'm not going to fucking review that piece of shit. Okay, even though I haven't seen it. Okay, I'm going to review this piece of shit. All right, the one that everyone has seen. All right, every fucking chick out there has seen at least. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. All right. So whatever thoughts you might have had of Mean Girls, okay, about how authentic it was and how you totally relate to the characters. Oh my God, I know what it's like. Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna tell you what it's really fucking like. And you're probably not gonna like it, okay? So, too bad, baby. All right, so thank you very much for watching this long, and I'll see you soon when I start reviewing this fucking abortion called Mean Girls. Bye.